AfterBuzz TV, starting place to the likes of WWE female superstars Kathy Kelly, Sonya Deville, and Zelina Vega proudly presents Women's Wrestling Weekly, the world's first podcast and YouTube series dedicated exclusively to women's wrestling, featuring all the latest news as well as interviews with top superstars in the industry. And now, AfterBuzz TV's own gorgeous lady of wrestling, TK Trinidad.
Bonjour, you're watching Women's Wrestling Weekly, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. My name is TK Trinidad, aka the Canadian Assassin, and the special co-host in the building. He hails from Kenya, the Kings Cook County, somewhere in the U.S. Bobito.com.
What's going on, everybody? Women's Wrestling Weekly. So glad to be here.
He's not from Kenya, but it just sounds nice. And then she hails from the Valley, the very smoky valley at the moment. She is the farmer's daughter. Please welcome Emily May.
Hi.
Thank you for joining. So we're going to have the start of the week. We're going to have news, but we have a very special guest because this is how we do on the show. You have seen her on WWE, Impact, ROH. Wow, she's a published model. She is self-proclaimed Queen of Twerk. Please welcome Katie Forbes.
Hey.
Hey.
How's it going?
Hey. First shouts and thank you to Taya. Taya was the one who put me in contact with you because we have been sending Katie emails and DMs forever, but Katie's busy. And
You're up your DMs like that?
Yeah, we're up. We're out
Yeah.
DMs. But right, everybody's sending DMs.
Yeah.
So shout to Taya. I was like, Taya, look, this is so shout to Taya for hooking up, and I appreciate you, Katie, for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
So let's get into it. I was introduced to your character on WoW. So tell us how you got into. First, let's start wrestling wise. How did you get into wrestling?
I used to do fitness competitions, and Lou Cox was my friend at the gym, and he sent my information to WWE to be a Rosebud. And after that, I joined wrestling school in New Orleans.
And then how did you get into WoW? Because you've been with WoW for quite a bit.
I got into WoW. I got a call from David McLean, and then we talked about future plans for WoW. And then he had contacted me when they got the go to start filming again. And then I moved out to LA to be with Rob and also to be there for WoW.
So here's my question. So it's no doubt you're a published model. You're absolutely gorgeous. Do you feel like people in the wrestling community don't take you as seriously, or is there a standard that way, like as far as booking gigs and stuff like that?
I don't post that much wrestling on my social media. I mostly promote my modeling on social media, but I do that so that way when they do see me in the ring, then people know to take me serious.
That's a good angle.
Yeah, it's a very a really interesting way of doing that.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. But I know there's different styles and different promotions. Walk us through your experience with WoW, a brand that was revived really recently. It's trying to find its own little voice, and it kind of has that. And so far, but I want to see your experience working with Dave and the other ladies there.
It's awesome. I love the girl power feel, and it's always fun hanging out with the girls, partying and training with the girls. So I love that. I love the lack of testosterone.
Good everybody. It's great. Peace.
That's it for both of us leaving the building.
What was that? What was the moment that you are a model and you started in that industry? And what really was that moment that sparked your interest in wrestling? And what was that like getting into the ring for the first time?
It was the first time I went to WWE and fell in love with the whole sport was that day. And I just absolutely loved it. And I was like, this is what I want to do. And I want my life to be like this because it fascinates me being on the road and traveling. So I just fell in love with the lifestyle and the sport. And then right afterwards, I started out at Wildcats, and I knew it was for me because I'm just always been violent and glamorous. So I love the entertainment aspect.
Violent and glamorous.
Violent and glamorous.
Amazing combos. Like,
yeah.
Take me seriously, else I'll bash in your head. That's how it's gonna happen. Now you've been traveling for quite a bit. We're scheduled for an interview before. You were in Colombia. You travel a lot. Is there somewhere that you haven't traveled to that you would like to either wrestle or model?
I want to go to Fiji. I really love being on the water and water sports and beautiful views like that. So if I could get booked over there, that'd be awesome. Or a vacation, that'd be really cool too.
Fantastic. Okay, so I guess my question is for you, seeing how you've progressed so much, going from different promotions, and we've seen you in Impact and all that, do you approach every promotion differently when you perform as your character, or is it kind of this is what you get when you book me, this is the entire package?
Pretty much now people know my character and what they're getting, but also if I'm like, when I first started out, and if I'm like wrestling maybe somewhere in the country and there's a lot of kids at the show, I'll ask the promoter like if they want me to like Chuck E. Cheese my gimmick up a little bit, or like if I could be full blown like adult myself, ratchet Katie.
So what does Chuck E. Cheese Katie look like?
Yeah.
Hey, kids!
Just shorter twerks and longer shorts.
Okay.
And longer shorts.
Has anyone ever chose one and said, "Oh no, this is a mistake. I want the other"? Like, I feel
Mid-match? No.
we made a mistake.
I do what I want.
Good to know. Chuck E. Cheese.
Longer shorts and shorter twerks. I like that. Yeah. So twerking has been a thing for me in the last like 5 years or so, as far as mainstream media. Do promotions like request that, or is that just something that is done naturally? Like you just insert it into the whole gimmick?
Just like the longer I've been wrestling, the more I insert it in, because it's just myself, and then the more I'm out there, the more myself that I am to show everybody. But at WoW, that's a company where I'm Chloe Hertz, another character that they don't want me twerking in the ring. So that's my Chuck E. Cheese version.
Okay.
I like you say they don't.
But you have men carrying you into the ring, though.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're like my slaves, and there it's like my character covers up more because people don't deserve to see all of it.
I love it.
I love it. Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about. So here is the question. So you are in a relationship with Rob Van Dam. Is he your husband or boyfriend, or on the way to being husband? Because I'm seeing different versions, and I'm just nosy like that.
He's my spiritual husband.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
Not legally married yet, but we live together, and we call each other husband and wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
And now, any plans, or that's in the works, or you're waiting for him to do all that good stuff?
Yeah, it's in the plans. We just don't have anything set definitely yet, because we just moved to Vegas and we just got settled into our house. Mm-hmm. It's like decorated in me and all modeling stuff.
I love it. So also like looking to the future, what like matches are your like dream matches that you would love to see in the future?
I think a match with Tessa Blanchard would be awesome. I love watching her. She's so animated and so entertaining. I trained with her before at the WoW training facility, so that was fun. Mm-hmm. So an actual match would be awesome.
So any training tips that you learned from her or Rob? He's been in the game for a long period of time as well. So is there any stuff that you've learned from those two individuals?
You said the other one being Rob?
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned from both of them. Rob's helped me a lot, but we mostly do like a home study because I don't like wrestling him. He's so rough. It's like
So the home study, like you just talk about the match, or what's?
Yeah, like he'll critique my match, or we'll playing, and then he'll point out stuff he does like and stuff he doesn't like, and so that's a better way than us being physical together. Because he's so rough, I'll be in my feelings afterwards.
Oh, that's good though. It's still good that you guys get to work together in that way.
Oh yeah. I mean, if he wants to get, maybe you do want to get Bobby Sam, but.
Okay, so let's talk about the training schedule. I mean, on average, how many times do you make it to the gym as far as your weight training versus your actual in-ring training?
I do wrestling training 5 days a week, and I train with cheerleader Melissa.
She's nice.
Yeah, she's awesome, and she lives right down the street from me, and I've been lucky enough for her to like take me under her wing, and it's awesome learning from a woman, and such an amazing wrestler like her is great. So we train 5 days a week, and then I do my weight training 6 to 7 days a week. So we'll do wrestling training like 4 hours, and then my weightlifting I'll do for 2 hours. And I do legs and butt 5 days a week to keep my ass like twerk ready.
Wow.
So that means what, one rest day or half rest day? Like, how does that work for recovery?
I try to do no rest days, so that way when I'm traveling and I'll be on a flight for a long time, that'll be my rest days.
That's your best.
Yeah.
Fair. That makes sense.
That's incredible.
And then cheerleader Melissa's been in the game for a long time. She's also a friend of the show. She's been on the show. What advice have you been learning from her over the time?
I've really learned to be myself and then amplify it more. Like, as I said, the longer I've been wrestling, the more I'm becoming to where I twerk more, and it's really my true self coming out. Like, 'cause that's really me at a party or any event. I'm in the back twerking, like, even sober. Like, if there's a beat, or there doesn't have to be a beat, I'll still be like dancing. So first I was thinking like I got to be the tough bitch, as a wrestler and show how strong I am and everything. And she's taught me to be myself more. So you'll get to see more of that on Impact Wrestling. I just made my debut. So I got to they're like, yeah, we like that, you're sexy. So it's cool with the character. They let me be me, and then I can embrace it. So y'all will be seeing a lot more of that, because starting today, I just signed with Impact.
Oh,
Congratulations!
Yeah.
Yeah, we did see you on the wedding episode. Gabby Loren is one of the hosts at Impact, and she was also a guest host on the show. So is there anybody that you're looking forward to having matches with at Impact?
All the girls at Impact are amazing, so I'm so excited. I love wrestling Taya. She's a good friend of mine, and I want to wrestle Jessica Havoc and Tessa. And I loved wrestling Jordan Gray, so I'm just really excited for the future.
Congratulations on that for sure. So where do you...
Anybody?
I know we're breaking.
I know, we're
news
breaking news right here.
Where do you? So you just signed to Impact. Before you signed to Impact, did you have like a game plan as far as career wise, and has it changed because you just signed to Impact?
Yeah, right now it has been Impact. That's been my big goal, because I want to be with Rob, and I like their schedule because I can still do my modeling as well. I love that, and I think the brand is awesome because I feel like they're pushing the envelope more than other companies. So that's more what I would like to do, and be myself and keep it ratchet.
So what's as far as storyline? What can we look forward to?
Ooh.
I don't know what exactly I can say because I don't want to ruin any surprises.
Yeah, I don't want Josh.
Yeah.
I don't want an angry email from Josh.
Yeah,
For real.
that totally makes sense. So you said
Lots of twerking, I'm guessing.
lots of twerking. Spoiler alert. So you were talking about working with Sheila and Melissa and working with Rob, which is also good things to know. But what would you say was the worst piece of wrestling advice you ever got from someone that maybe had good intentions, but it was totally off the rails for you?
Oh, I've gotten so much random stuff, and Rob helped me help me decide who to listen to, because he says, do you want to be like that person or do you want to be like this person? So you take advice from people you want to be like. So there's a lot of people who I don't respect as a person or don't like, and then I know, not like to just listen and take it and appreciate for trying to help, but just not paying attention to it. But the number one, probably worst advice, a lot of people tell me don't post my relationship. They think that I'll do better if I look more available, especially because I like to be like a sex symbol. So they're like, if you are single, then that's probably better. But I love my boyfriend, my relationship, and putting it out there, being myself. My idol is Coco. I love Coco and Ice-T. And I love how she's such a beautiful, successful, sex symbol. And also she advertises her relationship, and they're such a power couple together. So,
yeah. And let's be honest. There's a huge population in the world that has no chance with you. So you might as well just let them know from the get-go. It's just not going to happen because you're unavailable, and just and that's I love Ice-T and Coco too. I actually watched the reality show I rock with them. So it's the same thing. It's like she's gorgeous, and just put it out there that it's just never the hope is just
and it goes back to being who you are and being open, and that's important, and when you're in a relationship, making that, putting that out there.
Putting it out there. How has wrestling changed from when you started to this point?
Has it changed? I don't really know. I didn't grow up as a fan. I got into it when I first started, and when I first started, the females were already badass, so that was already a thing. The revolution. So, I don't really know how it's changed.
Is there any type of, are you hoping maybe either in Impact or outside of Impact, almost like a couple wrestling match against people? So like, I think Johnny's no longer with Impact, but like a Taya and Johnny versus you and Rob type thing. Are you hoping for something like that in the future?
Yeah, that was my dream tag match. I thought that would have been really cool since we're all friends. Mm-hmm. But now it might not happen.
It might happen in a different capacity. We'll see.
True.
Keep the doors open for that. What would you say up until this point would be the greatest night of your career? If I can put you down to one day or one event or one match.
Definitely the last match I had at Impact with Jordan Grace, my debut match. That was my favorite match by far.
And then are you still with WoW, or has your character transitioned out of WoW?
I'm still with WoW.
Okay.
I'm on the season now. I wasn't at the last TV tapings due to other bookings, but I'm on the current season on Access TV.
So now what does it take you told us about your workout schedule. As far as eating wise, like what does it take to maintain, you're an active model, you're an active wrestler. What does it take to maintain your body?
I eat a lot because I want to get thick. But I eat a lot, and I have Trifecta as a sponsor, so that's amazing because the food is really healthy, and they're small portions. So I eat small portions very often to keep my metabolism fast, and a lot of meat. So yeah, Trifecta makes that easy.
Shout out to Trifecta.
That's great. Yeah, shout out. What's some advice for some young wrestlers that you could give?
Train hard and stay dedicated, even if it doesn't seem like your dream is realistic. If you're like little or fat, just keep training and moving towards your goal.
I love how you're just real.
Totally. Just say it as it is.
What did your family think of your career?
They were all excited about it. Very shocked from it since I wasn't athletic growing up and was never into wrestling. So they were confused by it, but they were just like, yeah, that's awesome. And they love my relationship with Rob, and they love me wrestling. So they're happy with the choices.
And then how did you get into modeling?
By just looking at photographers that I really respect and love, and working with people that could get me published in different magazines. And just there's so many amazing photographers here in Vegas. My favorite's MQ, and he has a Mark West, and he has a magazine. And so I love to do that. And I just love modeling, and I love the art of modeling and really good photographers.
That's a good thing to talk about, having that pursuit two different ways creatively. You're in the ring, you're making things happen in a wrestling ring, but you still give yourself the space to go with something you love to do, which is modeling. What will be the most ideal situation, the ideal balance? What will be the perfect gig on the modeling side and positioning wrestling, or it will be two different things, one after the other?
Well, I love that they help each other, because then I have my OnlyFans, onlyfans.com/Katie Forbes.
Hey.
Yeah, so I make a lot of money doing that. And so I love that I can do that and also wrestle at the same time, and then both go over to the other. So my modeling fans turn into my wrestling fans, vice versa. Love being able to do both.
And what is it what is that one site? Is it OnlyFans? Is it only for fans and they pay a subscription, or what?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
You subscribe to people that you care about and you see what their updates are. It's kind of like social media.
I wish I was that important.
I mean, one day at a time. What's one Wrestling Weekly host, TK Trinidad.
We need to make time for TK.
So I gotta ask you, Katie, what was it the most awesome or amazing thing a fan has done for you, either through that platform or just at a show or at an event?
I love when fans bring gifts. That's my favorite thing. Like at the last Comic-Con I did in Chicago, they brought me snacks, protein bars. I love protein, and Bang energy drink. It was all my favorite stuff. And I had my little dog with me, and he even brought a doll for my dog.
Oh, that's cool. Oh wait, can we?
Was it
I got.
Oh, so cute.
Oh my gosh, so cute.
Yeah.
French bulldog, or is it French?
Bear.
Okay. So cute.
That is pretty cute. Can you go more in depth with your relationship with, that dog is pretty dope.
Yeah, I know.
Can you go more into depth your relationship with Wizard World and how your relationship with them being able to go at different Comic-Cons and show people your platform?
Yeah, that's awesome. I love meeting fans. It's such a great positive vibe and getting to meet people. I love doing the wrestle cons, but it's really cool to do the other Comic Cons and meet people from shows. Like when I was a kid, like I was signing with John Travolta, Lou Ferrigno, and just so many cool stars and also amazing wrestling stars. And it's cool to do the panels as well. I just did a panel with Lillian Garcia and Tori Wilson and Lisa. So I love doing stuff like that as well. But it's great just meeting fans. I love meeting fans and signing. It's part of like my favorite part of wrestling.
Now, wrestling modeling, is there any other careers or jobs that you are planning to add to Katie Forbes?
I also used to do music videos. I was in a Gucci Mane music video and Chief Keef music video.
Oh, nice.
What?
Okay. Well, I mean, the twerking goes inside. It makes sense.
Yeah, well, we can one day be a DJ. I think that'd be cool. I live here in Vegas, and I love rap and I love hip hop, so I thought it'd be cool to do that next.
That would be awesome.
Gosh.
You know, Flobito is a DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I DJ events, so come on up.
Yeah. I think you guys need to figure something out.
Yeah, do a
for sure.
combo. I mean, she'll be the face of it, though.
Oh, yeah, she has to
totally.
be. Give her the option. I'm in the back so fast.
But you should try to be a guest DJ at one of the casinos. I'm sure you could work that out.
I mean, so many parties in Vegas. So, you can't really say much about Impact, but congratulations again on Impact. We are going to hit the rapid hot tags real quick.
Okay.
Women's Wrestling Rapid Hot Tags.
So I'm going to ask you a question. You're going to say the first thing that comes to your mind. Always early or always late?
Okay. I'm always early.
Last person you text?
Rob.
If you were to listen to one album for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Fever, Megan Thee Stallion.
Ooh, okay. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
To teleport.
Weekends or weekdays? Which do you prefer?
Weekdays.
If you late owl or early riser?
Late owl.
And if you were on death row, what would be your last meal?
Chick-fil-A.
Oh, there you have it. Katie Forbes, thank you so much for coming on the show. Tell them, actually, Impact, when does that air?
Well, I just aired last week for my debut match, and then I'm going to start being on there monthly starting in November.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Definitely looking forward to seeing that, and we'll actually post the time and all that good stuff because we definitely love Impact wrestlers. Like I said, Taya brought you to us because you're popular, so it's hard to get through. So we definitely appreciate you for coming on the show. If you're not following Katie, which you should be, where can people find you?
Everywhere is the Katie Forbes.
Boom, there you have it. Yeah. So we're looking forward to definitely seeing you on Impact. Definitely a big wedding. Almost. Do you think they're gonna do a wedding? Has that been in the talks, like a wedding between you and Rob on Impact?
It was teased.
Oh.
When we were at the Brian and Melissa wedding, interviewer said, so is something next for y'all? But then we got interrupted before we answered.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we have to stay tuned and see.
Yeah, that wedding was interesting. And then also Taya's, Johnny's wedding on Lucha was interesting too. So we're definitely looking forward to that. I'm sure that's going to happen. Thank you so much for hopping on the show. We are going to get into Star of the Week real quick.
Pro Wrestling Star of the Week.
Hi, it's Flomo, and now it's time for your Star of the Week. Ever since debuting in 2015, Lainey Luck has shown the world her unique combination of speed, style, and getting turned. Known as a party unicorn, her infectious energy has been connecting with audiences nationwide in promotions such as Queens of Combat, Emergence, and Impact. In fact, Lux performed an Impact Supplemental All Glory event, putting her Zello Pro Championship on the line against Kylie Ray and Shotzi Blackheart. It's for that reason Lainey Luck is your Star of the Week.
Hey, Hey, thank you. How do you do that, Flobo?
I run really
You're
fast. I just
so
put the headphones
quick.
back
I
on.
mean,
I was
you
going as fast as
had
I
a black
can.
shirt with no collar, then a shirt with collar.
Yeah.
You did that outfit change.
Yeah, it is.
Memorized the scripts.
Teleportation, like
So
Katie Forbes wanted.
talented.
I mean, we're not about the testosterone, but
I
we'll
know,
take
right?
yours today. for just for today.
I appreciate that.
And then we're gonna get into the news real quick too.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Yeah, big things happening here in the world of women's wrestling. Top story today, the former Dasha Gonzalez, makes her debut for AEW on the show AEW Dark, which is like taped before and after Dynamite. They have extra matches, kind of like their main event on WWE. This comes from Squared Circle Sirens. Former WWE backstage correspondent Dasha Fuentes, who originally joined All Elite Wrestling back in August, made her commentary debut in the Spanish edition of AEW Dark, All Elite Wrestling's YouTube show, which features dark matches taped before and after AEW Dynamite. So shout out to Dasha Fuentes, Dasha Gonzalez for, landing up at AEW, a promotion that's on the rise here in the United States. And you can find AEW Dark on YouTube and Dynamite on TNT.
Oh, nice. So you can just watch
Incredible.
AEW, like the AfterBuzz Dark, the AEW Dark on YouTube.
On YouTube,
YouTube,
yeah.
yeah.
It's a
Nice.
bonus content show for sure. And if you have basic cable, it's on TNT.
Oh, that Dark as well?
No,
Oh, just
Dynamite.
AEW. Okay.
Dynamite's on TNT and Dark is on YouTube.
Do you think AEW is gearing for like a network thing soon?
Absolutely.
Oh
You
yeah,
test
they're
the concept
probably.
out.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're leading up to it.
I feel like they need content though.
They've been doing everything on this accelerated timeline, the pay-per-views, the show himself. I think that once they present the package, they can say, hey, look, this is great here. We have a proven commodity there.
They're like producing the content now, and then we'll offer
I
it.
don't know. I mean, I definitely love different promotions because it makes wrestling interesting. But you like with WWE Network, they accumulated a lot of different content from different promotions that are now defunct.
Sure.
So with AEW, it's almost like if you look at OWN Network, Oprah's network, she's still working on content, and
Right.
for a period of time, and I haven't seen it recently, but for a period of time you were seeing 48 hours like on repeat for 6 hours a day or something.
Content to be named later.
Yeah, but they haven't had it yet, so I'm just hoping if they do, there's going to be enough content out there.
Hey, if all else fails, those international markets are.
Well, no, and I think they just are waiting for the right time and waiting for to do it right.
Yeah.
So.
We'll see. They're doing a lot.
Yeah, they are doing a lot.
It's almost like starting a new relationship, and you're like, "Are we going too fast?" That's what it seems like.
Oh, okay. It's just wrestling, bro.
I know, but
When it comes to wrestling, it could be too fast.
Yeah, it seems like a lot. Like again, I love the fact that it's different and it's new, but it's just kind of like, wow.
Are you a fan of AEW? We don't use labels. We're just taking it one day at a time.
One day at a time. All right,
Ember Moon has been announced as a head trainer of a wrestling school. This one comes from Pro Wrestling Sheet. WWE star Ember Moon has taken on the role as head trainer at a wrestling school in Texas. The CW Institute has now changed its name to the Dojo. Will she be working with her husband Matt Palmer? So that's pretty cool. Ember Moon was a talent on the main roster that we thought, where was she doing? But now she's actually building up her empire outside the ring.
When does she have time though?
I guess with the SmackDown, she's on SmackDown. I think she's on SmackDown with the roster, the draft.
Right.
The middle of the week. Training is usually Tuesday nights, Wednesday
Right.
nights.
it's
Right.
a good gig. She can teach the up and coming wrestlers.
Yeah.
Or do Skype videos.
Yeah.
Keep
Well,
at it, kids. And just fly off to our next event.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of wrestling. I wonder if it's gonna be like because wrestling is so big now. If it's going to be almost like CrossFit, like CrossFit blew up and there's a whole bunch of CrossFit gyms and now some of them closed down. Or boxing in the 80s, that was a thing too, where when Rocky came out, they had all these like boxing gyms and stuff like that. And now, they're here and there. I wonder if that's going to be the same thing with wrestling
Absolutely.
gyms.
There's money in it. Why not get in there now? Right? And if you have the expertise too, the game is information.
Yeah.
Right?
And she's
People
a
wanna run-
WWE superstar.
And it's like what every guest pretty much says when they come on this show is that you need to like have different trainers. You need to have a right trainer. You need to have the right school. And so I would rather have someone backed up by being a WWE superstar.
Yeah, because even if you win the championship for
someone-
one day, you're still a title holder. So if you go off the main roster for a week, you're on the main roster.
Exactly,
So.
and you still have to go through all the training and
Yeah,
so.
someone said you were cool.
Super Friday just joined the chat. He's like, "Where's KB? Where's Katie Forbes? Am I late?" Yeah, you're a little bit late, Super Friday. However, the good thing about YouTube and the way this show works is you can scroll back and watch Katie. She was at the top of the show. So just FYI. So she was on the show. Now we're just doing a little bit of news and then
for sure. Oh, I also want to do a quick shout out to Shotzi Blackheart. Got her NXT contract at the last Evolve show. William Regal came out and was like, "Bam, you win, bro." And she was like, "Yeah, I'm in."
She's awesome.
It's so incredible.
It's always good to see people come up.
I know she's had amazing rise. She's another one too that we've been trying to get on the show, and it's one of those things that I love you guys. But
us or the fans? I don't know.
The fans are
all encompassed.
Okay, here it comes.
But it's just one of those things where it's just like we're trying to book people for the show, and you guys don't read your emails. It's just so crazy.
I think you're breaking up with us after the whole relationship and wrestling thing. It's not working
We've
out.
come to the end, folks. This is it.
Yeah.
Where can people find you guys?
You can find me online, wonder why TK doesn't like me, on Twitter, on Instagram at Flobito, and of course, Flobito.com.
All right, you can continue the conversation on women's wrestling and follow me at Twitter and Instagram at Emily May Heller.
And thank you guys for watching the show. Without you guys, we wouldn't be the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. If you are watching us on YouTube, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you're listening to us on iTunes or any other streaming platform, make sure to leave a comment and also give us 5 stars or better, because that's what we deserve. We've been going every week for almost 2 years. We're approaching our 100th show very, very soon. So we really appreciate those comments and feedback. And if you're somebody that you want to see on the show, please let us know, because as we're discovering, there are a lot of female wrestlers. So, if we're missing any, just kind of keep us posted. Other than that, you can follow Women's Wrestling Weekly on every social media platform at WPW Weekly. And you can follow me, TK Trinidad, on everything as well at TK Trinidad. Till next week, guys. Ciao.
From executive producer Kevin Undergaro, producer TK Trinidad, and me, Maria Menounos, we would like to thank you for tuning in to Women's Wrestling Weekly. To help TK, the crew, and women's wrestling in general, we ask that you subscribe, rate, and comment on Women's Wrestling Weekly at Apple Podcasts, and subscribe to our AfterBuzz TV wrestling channel on YouTube for this and other outstanding wrestling content. Buzz you later.